Good old rusty piece of shit. Got every intention of making it sick. Hey there guys and girls. Not going to have a great lot of aim this weekend. I want to get a lot done. I'm going to try and get a lot done. I just don't know what I'm going to get done exactly. One thing I do know I want to get done is I want to paint my fuel tank ready to put in. Now I'm going to use a rust prohibitive kill rust type paint on that, and that takes a little bit to dry, so I want to get that done ASAP so I can put it in at least during the week, sometime next week. That involves I need to shift the 240Z, so I've got to try and get that shifted somehow this weekend so I can get my 260Z over the pit so I don't have to roll around underneath it. So yeah, I'm just going to get into it. I'm going to aimlessly this weekend. I'm going to try and clean my shed up a bit as well. I also want to put a door back on this room here because that's where I play my music and I want it a bit more soundproof. I'm also going to put some more metalworking tools in there because I want to go a bit harder at doing some metal work, and probably going to take on another customer or two in the future, restoration jobs on cars, so it's got to be done. All right, I'm going to get into it, okay? I'll get the fuel tank out and we'll have a look at it. Alright guys, as you can see, it's got this tar stuff all over it. Gotta try and get that off. Only way to do that is with a sharp chisel or scraper or something, so I'm just gonna get into that, and it's pretty boring to watch, so you get the idea. Scrape until it's all off, and then done. And I'll come back again when I've done it and I'll show you. Okay, tank's all cleaned up. Took a bit of effort, but it's all off. What I did was I cleaned most of it off with a scraper and then the rest with a wire wheel on the grinder, and then I just got a scourer and some wax and grease remover and cleaned the rest off like that. Now I'm going to coat it with some kill rust that doesn't need a primer. I was going to put it on a roller, but I decided I'm going to stick it in my crappiest spray gun I have and try and spray it on. Not sure what it's going to come out like, but it should be okay. So I'll do that. Okay, it didn't actually spray on too bad. I'm going to let it flash off for a while and I'll put one more coat on, but for under the car, that is fine. So not really worried about not getting fussy on the underside of the tank under there, because that's out of view. You're not going to see it once it's in the car. This is the main bit here that I'm sort of half concerned about, because that's you see that from the back of the car, but that's all right. I don't mind that. That's good. So I'm going to shift some things around, and I'll let that flash off in the sun. I'm going to get my 260Z out of the shed now and start the process of shifting the 240Z out so I can swap them around. It's going to be a battle, I can tell you. Last video I said I was going to tell you what was going on with my engine. Now it's at the machine shop and it's just about ready to come home. However, there's still lots of little things I need to get for it before I put it together and put it back in the car. And unfortunately, I am not a very financial person. So what I'm going to have to do is put the original matching numbers engine in the car. I think I've showed you this once before. It's over here on the stand. It's that one there with the red rocker cover on it. That's the L26. Unfortunately, it has an issue with the front exhaust port is corroded out and it keeps on blowing out gaskets. So I have to replace a head on that. I've got a few heads laying around. That's no drama. But I'm going to put that in the car until I have finished this 240Z and it's gone to its new owner. Then I'll do everything I need to do to the new engine, which is being rebuilt as we speak, and I'll put it in the car when I have everything, and that includes a set of brand spanking new triple Webers and so forth. Now I was was running the Mikunis. Only problem is with the Mikunis, they are a little bit better than Webers. Some people might debate that, but unfortunately they're not as easy to get the parts for them. Whereas Webers, you can buy the parts for them here in Australia, no drama. So I've decided I'm going to go Webers instead this time. Was going to go fuel injection, but it's a lot of money where I could be spending that elsewhere. So I'll go Webers instead. And so that's the plan for the engine. So it might be a year or so before I put the actual L28 in the car. But this car, it's the car I love driving the most. So I want it on the road as fast as I can. So that's why I'm probably not doing it to the level that it could be done. It's great. There's nothing wrong with the way I've done it. But I want to do a full-on show build. And that brings me... Have you ever watched a show called Kindig Customs? You'll know what I mean by the level of show build I want to do, if you've ever watched that show. Now this ute here, it's a cool looking ute. I get comments on it all the time, believe it or not, I really do. People love the look of it. It looks a lot better than it drives. So this is the one I'm going to do to that level. I'll buy another cheap ute before I start that project. Don't care how long it takes, don't care even if it gets back on the road, but it's going to be show level, it's going to be extreme. That's going to be my business card. So that's what I'm doing with that. The L Sigma, I think I might have to get rid of it because I can't get enough time to do everything. So that Sigma's got to go. And I've got a lead on a Datsun 720 chassis, which I'm probably going to use underneath the 620 body, just for the disc brakes and all that. So yeah, anyway, back into it. I've got to move the 240Z right now. So I've got a couple of wheels. There are solid tyres, but at least it might get it moving if I can get them on those where the flat ones are. Okay, so I'm just going to hunt those out now. I'm making the door for this opening here. Unfortunately, this is the only bit of metal I have, so that's as far as I got. I don't think that's going to close the gap. It's open now. I'll let the breeze through. So I've just made more of a mess for myself, so now I've got to clean it up. Well, that was a battle. They've traded places now, so now I can do some work on this and I can get that ready for the motor. I shifted the motor too because I've got to do some work on that. I got it out there and I got it bogged because the bearings kept popping out in here, so I had to make these spaces up to stop the bearings popping out, and then it rolled again. Whew. Yeah, it's all over the pit. I've got all the fuel lines and brake lines in, and next thing I'll do is put the tank in. I've rewound all the electricals with the cloth tape. So yeah, it's getting there. I've got to plumb up all the brake lines and bleed up all the brakes. I've got to put the handbrake in properly. I went and got another head for the L26. Is it another N42? I didn't realise it was another N42, but I'm going to clean this up after I've put the fuel tank in. So I might send it down and get it refaced just to make sure it's flat before I put it on. Okay, this is the N42 head to go on the L26. The chambers look pretty clean. No pitting or anything in them. The valves are leaking, however. I'm hoping it's just because it's been sitting for a while and it's got a bit of crud underneath them, but I've just ordered a compression tool. Okay guys, it's a case of the disappearing videos again. I did have some videos there I'd taken, but they disappeared, so I'll tell you where I was. I was just saying I've ordered a valve compression tool so I can take the valves out and try and seat them in again. If that works, then that's great. Otherwise, I'm going to have a motor that doesn't idle very well. Yeah, so I'll do that. Hopefully I'll see that by the end of the week, but I'm not holding my breath with the way the postal system is at the moment. Yeah, you know all about that, I'm sure. But yeah, as soon as I get it all back, I'll put the motor back together and I'll put it in and we'll be running. That'll be a good day. Alright, I'm going to leave it there, guys, and yeah, I'll see you next time. See ya.